Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. It is me, Duke CT, back with you once again. And this is the return of Raw Thoughts and this little vlog thing. And if you like this video, I'll have to do more. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Your thoughts about the show, about my little vlog, or what I can improve, all that good stuff. Leave it in the comment section below. Anyway, let's get to the show, as right now you have CM Punk coming down to the ring, as Punk was bandaged, limp, all this type of stuff. He says he's good, that he's not dead in St. Louis tonight, that he's no condition. He won the Hell in a Cell match. He says first he has, but then he asks the question, what next? But first he thanks three people: his fans, his peers, and lastly the people who don't like him at all, because Punk turned their hate into cash, and he thanks him for that. Which I wouldn't be surprised that's going to be a t-shirt after his return from, when they finish up Crown Jewel. Anyway, he says Punk is coming home, going home, with his wife, buying a ton of flowers, and he's like, he doesn't know when he's going to come back. And then as he turns to leave, Seth Rollins' music hits, and then boom, and, Rollins hits him with a shoulder check as he goes down to the ring. Love this segment, and I believe this basically writes him off for a while, probably until, I would say, the Rumble. And I think, latest Rumble, earliest after Survivor Series, because I think Punk and Drew I think the feud is over. I think Drew will return probably around Survivor Series, and that's what I think is going to happen. I really did love this segment. Then you have Seth Rollins coming into the ring, and then next thing you know, boom, Seth Rollins saying that he wants him to get Raw to him so he can kick his ass and retire him for good. Then he says all this other stuff, what's going on. You talked about Cody Rhodes teaming up with the Bloodline, Roman Reigns, all that type of stuff, and the final boss returns, all of that, but he's focused on one thing. One thing is the man who took him down, Bronson Reed. And he says, well, he knows he's watching. He knows Bronson Reed is not here because of all the craziness that happened previously, the last monster standing match. And he says, at the 6 tsunamis, I know who you are now. If Reed wants to be famous, Rollins will give him 15 minutes. Reed can name the time and place, except he'd be expecting, which I think that is the point. I think that the point is going to be at Crown Jewel. That's when the match is going to be. Reed versus Rollins. And I would expect Rollins to get the victory here. But who knows? Maybe Bronson Reed they will do something with him. Unlike Nakamura, they actually will push him. Hopefully. Maybe. Then you got the Intercontinental Championship match. Xavier Woods versus Jey Uso. And it's just, it's a match. It feels, mostly it was commercials. And that's a theme. This entire show was filled with the brim of commercials and, picture, commercial. So much commercials. And it felt like, the main thing, the product, the wrestling and the, sports entertaining and stuff was secondary to the commercials. I hope this is fixed soon because I like 2 hours of Raw, but I don't want to have like 35, 40, or 50% of the show be 50% commercials and, 20% wrestling and maybe 10% promos. I don't know. That sort of stuff. I think at the end of the day, this could be, very detriment for Monday Night Raw to continue on this. But as the Intercontinental match, it just feels like more of a story type match as it just continues Xavier Woods' heel turn because the crowd was booing him and he's wearing black. So, at this point, just have him with a top hat and a monocle, basically just like, he's basically a villain at this point. So, yeah. And then after that, they tried to shake hands. He daps up Kofi Kingston. Jey Uso tries to shake hands with Xavier, but then he walks away. Then Jey celebrates, and Braun Breaker comes out of nowhere and spears Jey, even though he gave him respect last week. And then Bam turns and takes him out, everybody. And then you have Kingston trying to come back, say, hey, Woods, you got to help our friend. You got to help our guy. And then say, Kingston, it's our business. Kingston runs down anyway to make the save. Breaker just takes down Kingston. Woods puts Kingston out of the ring. Breaker comes in, hits a super spear to Woods, and then I think it's going to continue this heel turn. And unless, I hopefully means that Big E they're doing this, and they're like, Big E might be coming back, and we might have hopefully this leads into this storyline that has been so much trouble with. You have the carrying cross crap, and then you got this whole, that dude who who was like, oh man, they're gonna replace Big E with him, and then next thing you know, he's gone. It's just that it was this whole issue though. I hope they do something with this storyline that's actually good, but yeah, it's just I hope that this is gonna be a way to either close the book on New Day or they're going to continue with the New Day, because here's hoping that Xavier will finally have something to do, maybe get a championship run out of this, but I think it's a little too late with that. Then we get to, we have the setup between, the Donnybrook match, and before that we have Miz and Karrion Kross talking, and then the heel turn and everything else. I personally don't care, and everything Karrion Kross does turns to crap. People, and I barely watch Raw, but every time I see this man, I'm like, he is at this point, it's a turnoff every time, and I hate that because I like AOP. I believe they could be really good for that tag division, but Karrion Kross is like the anti-Jericho. I mean, at this point, he is the Chris Jericho learning tree, but without any of the capability of a good match. Imagine Chris Jericho, but not the capabilities to actually pull out a decent match from his rear end. That's what you get with Karrion Kross, and that and his crap finisher. And then you have Miz and R-Truth, who honestly should be. I don't know what they're gonna do with this. They're gonna probably have this at Crown Jewel. They have a match next week. I'm surprised they didn't do it at Crown Jewel. But I expect this is all going to be Final Testament, BS is Karrion Kross. I wouldn't be surprised in Crown Jewel, Karrion Kross, The Miz versus R-Truth is going to be a triple threat match where I wouldn't be surprised that happens. And it's going to be really just duty. just pure ass. This match was actually, there's some good stuff here. There's some really good stuff. But the problem is the commercial, It's just, yeah, I really don't like the fact this commercial. It felt like there's so many commercials that I feel like that this match didn't have commercials in it, this would have been so much better. As both guys brought it, both have great chemistry with each other. The action was on point. Everything felt really good, but then Sheamus not just wins but yet definitively wins. After Pete Dunne zip ties Sheamus's hands behind his back, Pete Dunne is still distracted by the crowd calling him Butch or whatever. Then Sheamus hits one bro kick and then two bro kicks for him to win, which is okay. But unless this continues on at Crown Jewel, it just feels like, is Sheamus going to be the one winning the Intercontinental title soon? Or is he going to finally get the world title match soon? I don't know. It just feels like Pete Dunne should have won this match if they really want to make him serious as a threat. Because I think he would be a really good threat for Jey Uso to take the title away from him, maybe at Crown Jewel. Have him take the title from at Crown Jewel and maybe reheat Sheamus's run. Maybe have Pete Dunne versus Sheamus at, say, Survivor Series, or if you want to really do some, because they love long storylines, Royal Rumble or WrestleMania. Why not? Sure. So yeah, I think this could be very stuffy. And meanwhile, you have, an American Nightmare talking to Cody Rhodes talking to Sammy, saying all this other stuff, and if we need anything to talk to, it's okay. And then they all both back and forth calm down, like, okay, I got this. Don't worry about this. You know, if I want to fight you, Sammy, I'll be honored to fight you. Which, that'd be very interesting. And then you have Liv and Dom and Raquel. They're all talking and everything else. And I don't care. I just don't care. You know? I just don't care about this thing. I mean, I know there's fans for it, but I'm just moving on. I'm moving on here of these two characters and the story. I wish that the women's title could be off Liv so they could actually do something. I want the world. I just want the women's title off from Liv and put on Leia Valkyrie or Io Sky, Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill. Heck, I'll say Natalya. Why not? I don't care. I honestly do not care. I really, really just want the title off Liv at this moment. I'm tired of this. Just really think that this whole storyline and everything else has gone way past its beyond sell by date. That's what I feel like. That's what that's why I feel like the storyline needs to change or something needs to be done. Because it's way too damn long. Personally, I think get the title off Liv. And because I don't want to see Liv versus Nia Jax. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see that. I'm not going to see it anyway, but I don't think people are going to like that match anyway. But that's just my personal opinion. Now, let's get into the other stuff here. The Unholy Union, Isladon and Alba Fire versus the Pure Fusion Collective, Sonya Deville, Zoe Stark, Shayna Baszler versus Natalya, Zoe Stark, Kaden Chandler, Selena Vega, and Katana Chance. It's a women's match. It's basically feels like a Divas match. They attack people. They have all this stuff. They didn't lose. They lost all control. They just tag everyone. They just go out. They're blind tags. This, that, the other, suplexes, and I just didn't care. It just bothers me that the women are gonna suffer for this. I like most of the women involved here. I like Natalya, Zoe Stark, Kaden Chandler, Selena Vega, and I like Katana Chance. I like the Unholy Union. I like Kaden Carter. I like Katana Chance. I'll say Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark and Sonya Deville. I think that would be a good team, but the team's name sucks. I like all the ladies here, but the stories have been just crap. WE is terrible with 10 of these women. They're doing a very crappy job. They just feel like they're extras. They're not really important. It's just, honestly, if you just cut that, I mean, the problem with Monday Night Raw being 2 or even 3 hours, it's just like they have no time for the women. Personally, if they cut off half of the men's crap, honestly, I would say this. Cut off, I think you cut off the interview, Miz and Karrion Kross stuff. You can cut off, say, when Sexy Red do all that type of stuff for, the NXT stuff there. You can cut off that. You can cut off, maybe a little bit of the Donnybrook match. That sort of thing. Then you could probably do some stories there. Maybe interesting matches. Maybe you can do these type of, more stories for the ladies. More people to start caring about them. Show promos about them. Do things with them. You could do stuff with the Wyatt Six or whatever. You can't do anything with these women. You can't do anything with these ladies. I'm sorry. It frustrates me. I don't know. Anyway. And now we get to the match of the night. Gunther versus Sami Zayn. Commercials, yes, all that stuff. But yet, they still had a great match. Both guys, great chemistry. Back and forth. Good stuff here. I think Gunther just really gets, Gunther gets it, Zayn gets it, and then, you had to believe that, Zayn could actually win. When he kicked out of one after a clothesline and a powerbomb, you thought maybe there might be a shot, but Gunther said, screw it, hits him with the sleeper, and Zayn passed out and wins, and he is still your world heavyweight champion, the Ring General, Gunther. So, yeah, overall, I really think this was a great time. Great time, great moments. And then, well, Cody saw that stuff. So, yeah. Anyway, that's all I had to say for this Monday Night Raw. 2 hours. It flew by, which is good, but they need to do what I always said with Monday Night Raw, one of the main issues of Monday Night Raw has always been something AEW struggles with, some with, WWE. Both of these things have struggles. Time management. Better time management. Cut things that are not going to be doing anything. I wouldn't have the Miz and R-Truth thing even on this week. Save that thing for maybe next week or whatever. I believe you could do things with the ladies and not put them feel like it's just going to be a Divas version of Monday Night Raw, like it's going to be like that. Do something with them and everything like that to make it sure that they're important and have ways to actually say, you know what, we'll save this for, next week. Rotate your stars. Make them feel important. Have them do some, promos, commentary. Do stuff like that. You have a strong women's roster. Use it. That's all I got to say. Peace and love. I will see y'all when I see y'all later.